just found joy. I'm as happy as a baby boy when he's found a brand new choo-choo toy. When I'm with my sweet Lorraine, she's got a pair of eyes that are bluer than the summer skies. When you see her, you realize how I love my sweet Lorraine. Now when it's raining, I don't mind. The sun is in my baby's smile. Oh, just to think I'm the lucky one who's gonna walk her down the aisle. Each night I pray that nobody steals her love away. Just can't wait until that lucky day when I marry sweet Lorraine. She's got a pair of eyes that are sweeter than the summer skies. When you see her, you realize why I love my sweet Lorraine. Now when it's raining, I don't mind. The sun is in my baby's smile. Just to think I'm the lucky one who's gonna walk her down the aisle. Well, now each night I pray that nobody steals her love away. Just can't wait until that lucky day when I marry sweet Lorraine. Lorraine. When I marry sweet Lorraine. Hello everybody, and welcome to From My Living Room to You. And today I'm going to be doing songs that were made famous by Nat King Cole, and that song has that song has a very important meaning, which is why I did it first. As a kid, I grew up listening to stories my dad would tell me about Nat King Cole, because Nat King Cole was always played in my home, along with Sarah Vaughan and Del Reese and Mel Torme and you name it, Ella Fitzgerald. I heard them all because my dad was a saxophone player. And he used to tell me a story about Nat King Cole with his trio. Nat King Cole started out, he was actually born on March 17th, the day before my birthday, which is March 18th, but he was born in 1919, so he's about 10 minutes older than I am. But he was born in Montgomery, Alabama, and he died in February 15th, exactly, in 1965. And somebody that I know, you might know them too, graduated from high school in 1965. So there is some similarity between Nat King Cole and myself. But my dad said that Nat King Cole had a trio and that he didn't sing, he just played piano. And that he played around the Los Angeles area and Hollywood a lot. This was about 1936 or somewhere around in there. And he was playing at a club in Los Angeles, and this guy, who was a mafia member, was in the club. And he wanted to hear Sweet Lorraine, and he told the owner of the club, he says, ask that guy over there to sing Sweet Lorraine for me. So the owner went over to Nat King Cole and said, can you do Sweet Lorraine? And Nat King Cole said, yeah, I'll play it for you. And he said, no, the guy wants to hear you sing it. And Nat King Cole said, I'm not a singer. And the owner of the bar said, well, you are tonight, because the guy says he's going to leave if you do not sing it, and he's dropping a lot of money in my club. So no matter what it sounds like, sing. And I don't know how true that story is, but my dad swears that it's the truth. But anyway, he sang Sweet Lorraine, and even the members in his group said, Guy, you sound good. So I was listening to Nat King Cole doing all these songs. And from that point on, he became a singer. And one of the songs that I remember by Nat King Cole during this era was a song called I Love You for Sentimental Reasons. And not only did Nat King Cole do that song, Sam Cooke did it. And I guess because I was a young kid listening to rock and roll, I remember Nat King Cole's version not as well as I remember the version of Sam Cooke's. So I'm going to do this song for you, but I'm going to sing it like I heard Sam Cooke singing it. That's the way Sam Cooke did it with the whoa, his rock and roll version, but Nat King Cole had a big hit with it too. So, moving right along from this era, he was traveling around the country with his trio, but he had started to sing. And his first big hit was this one here. Buzzer took a monkey for a ride in the air. Monkey thought that everything was on the square. Buzzer tried to throw that monkey off his back, but the monkey held on and he said, listen, Jack, straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Calm down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no sense in diving. What's the use in jiving? Straighten up and fly right. Calm down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Buzzer told the monkey, said, you're choking me. Release your hold and I will set you free. Monkey looked at Buzzer right dead in the eye. He said, your story sounds good, but I think it's a lie. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Calm down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Calm down, Papa, don't you blow your top. So the Nat King Cole Trio went traveling around the country for several years, and then in 1956, his style changed a little bit. He started to go more mainstream America, and he started to use arrangers that would help him to make his music more beautiful and really, really great. And so he ended up using Nelson Riddle and other arrangers like that, who arranged for big, lush orchestras with a lot of strings. Here's a couple of songs that's from that era. Answer me, oh my love, just what I am guilty of. Tell me how I came to lose your love. Answer me, my love. You were mine yesterday. I believe our love was here to stay. Can you tell the other day? Answer me, my love. If you're happier without me, I'll try not to care. But if you still think about me, please listen to my prayer. You must know I've been true. Won't you say we can start anew? In my sorrow I turn to you. Answer me, my love. They say to tell us we're too young to really be in love. They say that love but you can't begin to know the meaning of. And yet, we're not too young to love. This love will last for years may go. Then someday we'll recall that we were not too young at all. They try to tell us we're too young to know the meaning of love. They say that love's a word you've only heard, can't begin to know the meaning of. Yet we're not too young to know. This love will last through years may go, and then someday we'll recall we're not too young after all. And that was some of the songs that he did with Nelson Riddle, and with lush arrangement with strings and a lot of instrumentation. But he also had a lot of hits, up-tempo hits too, that he still was doing. And this is one that was written by Bobby Troup, and it's one of probably his Nat King Cole's most famous up-tempo song. And I'm going to try to do it right this time. I always mess the words up in the middle of it because these towns, Chicago, New York, Arizona, Amarillo. So I'm going to try to get it right this time, so we'll see what happens. Route 66. If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, the highway that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. One that winds from Chicago out to LA. More than 2,000 miles along the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. One that goes from St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City, mighty pretty you'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, and San Bernardino. Won't you get hip to my time? It's when I make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. When I goes from Chicago, boobity-doo-doo-boo-doo-doo. I messed it up. I told you I was going to mess it up. Let's try this one more time. Well, now you go to St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty. Well, you Flagstaff, Arizona, don't get Winona. I just mess this up every time, and I've been doing this 3,000 times, and I'm not going to start over again. You heard it wrong. Now you're going to hear it right. To St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty. You see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Arizona, San Bernardino. Oh, yeah. Try as I might, I never get the words right on that. But that's just the way I am. Some things I've been doing it for at least 100 years that way. So one of these days I'll probably do it right. Here's another song from Nat King Cole's Lush Strings. That's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does such things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am. Unforgettable too. Here's another one. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, minute named you. You're so like that lady with that mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have named you? For that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been come to your doorstep. They lie there, die there. Real, are you all Mona Lisa? Just another cold and lonely, lovely work of art. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, minute named you. You're so like that lady with that mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have named you? For that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. Lie there, die there. Real, are you warm, Mona Lisa? Just another cold and lonely, lovely work of art. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. Here's another one that was written by a Palm Springs hermit. And I have to tell you a story about this song, Nature Boy. Nat King Cole was doing one of his later albums, and he had done it with the big strings and all of the orchestra and Nelson Riddle. And at the end of it, they needed one more song to finish up the LP. They were LPs then, and you youngsters don't know what that means, but it meant long play. And they were records this big. They needed one more song on there, so they had this song. His manager, pulled it out and said, "Here's one that you need to do, Nat." He says, "I just got this from this guy. He's a little strange down in Palm Springs, but it's a great song." And Nat played it a couple of times too and listened to it, and he says, "I don't like this song." And they said, "Well, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be one of the big hits on your album. It's going to be flip side, but let's just do it to fill up the LP and get it over with." So he did this song. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered near and far, very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one magic day, he passed in my way. And while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: "The greatest thing you ever learn is just to be loved and be loved in return." The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one magic day, he passed my way. And while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: "The greatest thing you ever learn is just to love and be loved in return." And Nat King Cole was in Europe with his wife. They went on a vacation, had been over there a month. His manager called him and he said, "Nat, you know that song that you didn't like, the last one you recorded?" He says, "Yeah, what about it?" He says, "It's #1 on the hit parade here. You made some money off of this one." So he's always known for that one. Here's one my dad used to like. And he would play it a lot on his saxophone. Say it's only a paper moon hanging over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Well, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Now without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade, and without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's Barnum and Bailey world, just as funny as it can be, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Now without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade, and without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's Barnum and Bailey world, just as funny as it can be, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. If you believed in me. It's only a paper moon. Here's another one of Nat King Cole's hits. He's talking about a lady named Miss Otis. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. Madam, Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. She's sorry to be delayed, but last evening down in Lover's Lane she said, Madam, Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. Well, she woke up and found the dream of her love was gone. She ran to the one that had led her astray so long, and from underneath her velvet gown she drew a gun and shot her lover down. Madam, Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. Well, the mob came and drug her from that cell. Madam, they strung her upon that old willow across the way, and the moment before she died, she lifted up her lovely head and sighed. Madam, Miss Otis regrets. Miss Otis regrets. Miss Otis regrets. Miss Otis regrets. I'm going to do something that Cole Porter probably would regret. You know, he wrote this song, Miss Otis regrets. I bet you've never heard this a la gospel. Well, here it is. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. For she hung her head and died. She lifted up her lovely head and cried. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. and died. She lifted up her lovely head and cried, Miss Otis. Talking about Miss Otis. Miss Otis. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. I couldn't help that. I know Cole Porter's turned it over in his grave. But I like to have fun. And I hope you're having fun too. And if all of my mistakes and all the things that I'm doing is making you laugh at me, that's okay, because I want you to forget about your troubles for a minute. It doesn't matter. And there's so many Nat King Cole tunes that I could do. I'm sure I'm going to miss one of your favorites, I'm sure, and I'm sure I'll hear about it. But that's okay, because I'm doing the ones that I kind of like. And I'll do some more Nat King Cole. I could do 3 or 4 videos of Nat King Cole songs that he made famous, because he had so many hits, so many hits. But I want to tell you one thing about Nat King Cole. In 1956, when I was a little young whippersnapper, Nat King Cole got his own TV show. And I remember being so proud, laying on the floor with my dad and my brother and my sister and my mom. We would lay on the floor and watch TV, and we never ever missed the Nat King Cole show, because it was one of the first, and it was the first show with a black man on a major TV series, a TV show, weekly show. And I was so proud to see someone that looked like me on TV. Unfortunately, the studios got pressure from the general public. Not much has changed today. They weren't comfortable with a black man having a major show on TV, so the network didn't renew the show. And it was one of the best shows on TV. And I saw so many people on there. Mel Torme, I saw Sarah Vaughan, I saw Ella Fitzgerald. All of them, all of the greats were on his show. They clamored to be on the Nat King Cole show because it was the show to be on, but it wasn't to be. So anyway, this is one of his hits. Missed the Saturday dance. Heard they crowded the floor. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as that door. Or they'd ask me about you. Don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind is at ease. Nevertheless, why bring up old memories? Been invited on dates. Might have gone, but what for? Awfully lonesome without you. Don't get around much anymore. Missed the Saturday dance. Heard they crowded the floor. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as that door. They would ask you about you. Don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind is at ease. But nevertheless, why bring up old memories? Been invited on dates. Might have gone, but what for? Awfully lonesome without you. Don't get around much. Don't get around much. Don't get around much anymore. And here's the song. That my favorite. I've said this every each one of them, I think, but this is really one of my favorite Nat King Cole's The next week is Thanksgiving. And it seems that I always sing this song a week before Thanksgiving, so here it is. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by choir folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow, they'll find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. Every mother's child is going to try to see if reindeers really know how to fly. So I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Santa's, he's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is going to try to see if reindeer really know how to fly. So I'm offering a simple phrase for kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. And with that, my friends, I'm going to say good night. I'm going to be fighting something because I'm not at the best tonight. But now you see why I had my red jacket on. This is my Christmas jacket. And I only pull it out this time of year, and it feels good because it's about 60 degrees in the house and about 40 degrees outside. So I'm going to leave you with this. I think. Wear your face masks. Be careful. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I will see you next week. If my internet and my electricity doesn't go off, I will see you next week. Take it easy. I love you all. See you next week. Wear your face masks.